Day 8, I believe today is, or today was, because I'm not recording it on the day I trained legs. In fact, I'm recording it like 3 days after I trained legs. But this leg day was absolutely one for the books. This was one of the most ridiculous quad pumps I've ever had. Hamstrings were also redonkulous, but it was more like a quad focused leg day. I actually had a plan going in to do leg extensions to pre-exhaust, then do leg press, then do hamstring curls to pre-exhaust, and do RDLs. But as soon as I got to the gym, as soon as I started hitting the leg extensions, I knew it was another squat day. I just knew that I had too much energy to not squat and to not move some absolutely planetary levels of weight. And that's exactly what I did. So I recorded one giant set of my quad warm-up, basically just leg extensions unilaterally because it allows me to focus more on each side more, allows me to drive more blood into each side more efficiently. Now, the first exercise is, of course, the good old squat. Nothing to it but to do it. Shut up and squat. If you think squats are not optimal, you're probably not even squatting up to 315. You have to squat. Squats are the best leg exercise, probably the best exercise in the gym, no doubt for me personally. Yes, you can do a bunch of squat variations. You can do hacks. You can do Smith machine. You can do pendulum. It doesn't really matter. I just felt like doing regular old back squats today, and that's exactly what I did. So you'll see I'm warming up. Basically, I go 1 plate, I did 2 plates, and I do 3 plates. Then I do 4 plates for 1 rep. So it's based on this 4 plates, how it feels, that I choose my top set weight. So doing this 4 plates, actually, it felt pretty heavy. And honestly, I was like, I'm just going to go with 4 plates. But some voice in my mind, I swear, one day it's going to be the death of me. One day I'm going to get buried under these 4.5 plates or whatever I decide to do. I'm just like, okay, I'm going up. I'm going up to 425. And that's exactly what I did. Was it worth? Probably. I mean, I got 5 reps here, spoilers. But you can see, like, I was pausing the entire time. Like 2 reps, big pause, rep, pause, rep, done. It wasn't an entirely accurate display of my strength because I was like stopping at the top. I was doing kind of like a rest pause, but still 425 for 5 reps is pretty freaking heavy weight. Pretty proud of that for the bulk. Obviously the goal is actually 455 for the same amount of reps. That's a 30-pound increase in the squat. That is some heavy weight, I'm not gonna lie, but I feel like with the added poundages, I will without a doubt be able to tackle that like it's nothing. What did I do after the 4 and 10? Well, usually with squats, I have to bring the weight down completely because I have like no energy left over. But this time, somehow, some way, I was able to do 4 plates without absolutely dying. Also, here's a clip of me like pretending to pose with an absolutely ridiculously zoomed in phone to the point where you pretty much can't see any definition in my quads, but it's okay. I'm moving on to 4 plates on the squat. So this used to be like a pretty typical working set for me. Crazy how it's kind of like no longer my top set. I mean, that's kind of the point of this whole thing. I'm progressing in terms of weight. The next leg day is probably not going to be a squat day just because I've been doing so many squat days back to back to back. I just think switching it up a little bit for 1 or 2 leg days from here is just better. And I know for a fact a bunch of people in the comments are going to be commenting about my form and how it's like not good. Well, obviously I don't get that many comments, but if I was to get one on this video, it would probably be about my squat form. And you can see in the first 2 videos that it looks like I'm not hitting depth being parallel to the ground. But on this side angle, you can definitely tell that I am hitting depth. Though with 4 plates, I only got 4 reps because I was pretty gassed. Then I dropped it to 3.5, and with 3.5, it was really weird because it's not like I can do more reps. It's like it's just that I'm not physically able to push through it for some reason. I guess it's just like CNS fatigue or like cardiovascular fatigue. It's not really muscular fatigue in that kind of sense because like 365 feels like a bag of feathers on my back, right? So honestly, this could have gone for like way more reps. It's just I fatigued like crazy at the end. So I only got like 5 reps here. Though I did actually go a lot deeper on the squats with this weight because it's obviously lighter. But I feel like when I go like way past depth, it just gets more lower back and glutes for me. I'm not after that kind of thing. I'm not a fit girl trying to get a bigger glutes. Like that's not, I'm after quads and hamstrings. So trying to get my quads to grow. Yes, by going deeper, you get more quad flexion, but you also get rounding of the back. And I'm just not trying to do that. So I go to parallel. That is what I think is perfect for squats. That was 3 sets, so like 3 sets total, 3 working sets total, obviously. Probably did like 6 or 7 if you count them all up, but obviously those ones don't count because they're just like working up to that top set. Here is quad extensions. I'm back on this machine because for some reason, every single leg day, the regular quad extension machine tends to be taken, so I'm doing the unilateral version. So I do one side at a time. and I've maxed it out. It's like, what, 155, 160. So that's a pretty heavy weight for one leg. And I'm getting a lot of reps with it too. It's not like I'm doing 6 reps and just calling it there. I'm going to failure. I'm going past failure. Getting like 12 to 15 reps with a full stack is pretty damn impressive, especially after that ridiculous 3 sets of squats. I'm not even sure. I think I do 3 sets here, and I do 3 sets of the regular leg extension machine. Most of these sets supersetted with my favorite superset thing on leg day. That is the sissy squats. The sissy squats are criminally underrated. They're excellent at driving more blood into the quads. They pretty much take your lower back and your glutes out of the movement. And if you're honestly determined enough, you could probably do sissy squats with a barbell on your back. Those kill like crazy. They'll put a lot of tension on your knees, but if you can execute it properly, it will blow up your quads. So that's 3 sets and 3 sets and 3 sets. If you can do math, that's 9 sets of quads. Now we're doing hamstrings. So usually for hamstrings, I try to get the same or at least a similar amount of sets for quads. But my hamstrings were so pumped after 5 sets of the seated hamstring curl that I felt like if I went to do RDLs, I would just tear it off the bone. It literally felt like every set of these hamstring curls, I was like tearing my hamstring muscle apart. It was pumped to oblivion. It was on fire. There was more lactic acid in there than there has ever been in my entire body probably. That was like insane. Even after the first set, I was like in pain just standing up because of how crazy the pump was. So I guess it's just because there's already so much blood pooled up in the quads from those previous exercises that when I moved on to hamstrings, the pump was absolutely ludicrous. So if I do the vice versa, I think the quad pump will be even better than the hamstring pump. I think the first muscle that you do is a little less pumped and the last one is a little bit more. That's at least for me. Well, that was for the last few leg days I've done. So, I mean, take that how you will. But anyways, it's a pretty simple leg day. You see me doing this pretty much every time. I literally just did 3 exercises. 3 exercises. Squat, leg extension, hamstring curl. That is the most basic leg day you can possibly have. But tell me why I could barely walk home after this. Because I trained hard, because I did enough sets, because I just went to failure no matter what. So you got to train hard at the end of the day. Do whatever exercises you feel like doing as long as they're like somewhat proven to work, and just train your ass off. Train as hard as you possibly can and you'll get big. Eat the food you got to eat, get huge. No cutting right now unless you're actually fat or unless you've been bulking for like a year. We are getting huge this winter and nobody can stop us. Hope you liked the video. Tomorrow or the next video is going to be shoulders and biceps followed by back. This should be fun. Thanks for watching. I'll see you.